Hey everyone, and welcome. In this explainer, we're going to build you a completely personalized daily learning routine so you can master English using only the best free resources out there. We're going to cover everything from vocabulary and pronunciation all the way to advanced speaking skills. So let's get right to it. How can you actually get fluent in English without paying for crazy expensive courses or private tutors? It's the big question, right? Well, today I'm going to walk you through a complete, super effective system that is 100% free. Our game plan here is pretty simple, but it's really powerful. First up, we're going to figure out exactly what your current level is. Then we'll get to work building your core skills. After that, we'll focus on mastering the 4 key disciplines of actually using the language. And to wrap it all up, we'll put it together into a daily routine you can actually stick with. Let's dive in. All right, first things first. Before you download a single app, before you listen to a single podcast, you have to know your starting point. Seriously, this is the most crucial step of all because it makes sure you're picking resources that are going to challenge you just enough, but not, totally overwhelm you. So what you're going to do is take a free English proficiency test. There are tons of them online. This will give you a score based on the most common standard out there, which is called the CEFR scale. It just gives you a really clear, honest picture of where your skills are right now. So this CEFR scale basically breaks your journey down into a few simple levels. It starts at A1 and A2 for beginners, moves through B1 and B2 for intermediate learners, and goes all the way up to C1 and C2, which is basically advanced near fluent level. Find out where you land on the scale and remember that score. Every single recommendation from here on out is going to be based on these levels. Okay, so you've got your level. Now what? Well, it's time to build your core skills. You can think of these as the absolute non-negotiables. A solid course to learn the rules, pronunciation practice so people can actually understand you, and of course, a powerful vocabulary so you can express yourself. Now, if you're a beginner, let's say A1 to B1, you're going to want a good core course. For American English, something like USA Learns is fantastic. If you prefer British English, you really can't go wrong with BBC Learning English. Both are totally free. Your only choice is which accent you like more. And hey, if you're already at a B2 level or higher, you can actually skip this step and jump right into the other skills. Pronunciation can be a little tricky, right? For American English, Rachel's English on YouTube is an absolutely incredible free resource. For British English, you can check out playlists from creators like English with Lucy. But listen up, here's the real secret. You have to record yourself speaking. Then listen back and compare it to the native speakers. That feedback loop is how you really improve. Okay, let's talk vocabulary. When it comes to building your vocab, there is one tool that, for me, just stands head and shoulders above everything else. Anki. It's a free flashcard app and, well, it might not look all that fancy, but don't let that fool you. It is ridiculously powerful because of the science it's built on. The magic behind Anki is a learning technique called spaced repetition. Basically, its smart algorithm figures out the exact moment you're about to forget a word, and then, bam, it shows you that flashcard right then. This one simple trick makes memorizing new words way more efficient and permanent than just staring at lists. And the best part is, Anki grows with you. If you're a beginner, you should start with a pre-made deck that has native audio. Once you hit that intermediate level, you can move to a more advanced deck. And for all you advanced learners, the real power comes when you start creating your own flashcards from the new words you find in books, podcasts, and movies. Okay, so we've built our foundation. Now it's time for the really fun part, putting all that knowledge to work. This means we're going to master the 4 active disciplines: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This is how you go from just knowing English to actually using it in the real world. Listening is arguably the most important skill. It's your key to understanding how English is spoken in the real world. And podcasts are just perfect for this. For intermediate American English, give the American English podcast a try. For B2, The Past and the Curious is a really great choice. And for some advanced practice, check out the Moth Story Hour or Radio Lab. There are fantastic options for every single level. Just pick one and start listening. And yes, of course, you can absolutely watch TV shows and movies. But please, please listen to this one golden rule, especially if you're B2 or higher. Only use English subtitles. The second you turn on subtitles in your native language, your brain stops listening and just starts reading. You're not training your ear anymore. Stick to English subtitles so you can connect the sounds you're hearing with the actual words on the screen. So how in the world do you practice speaking without a teacher? Well, you've actually got 4 awesome, totally free options. You can have voice conversations with an AI like ChatGPT, which is a great low-pressure way to start. You can try something called self-talk, where you just narrate your day out loud. You can find conversation partners online. And finally, when you feel ready, just get out there and use it in the real world. When it comes to reading, you don't need to buy a single book. There are some incredible free libraries online. For beginner and intermediate folks, a site like freekidsbooks.org is perfect because you can actually find ebooks sorted by English level. And for advanced learners who are ready for a real challenge, Project Gutenberg has literally thousands of classic books, all for free. And what about writing? Well, this is where AI has completely changed the game. You can use a tool like ChatGPT as your own personal writing tutor. Just write anything, an email, a story, whatever, and then ask it to correct your mistakes and even suggest ways to improve your style. It's like having an editor on demand 24/7. Okay, we've covered all the best resources and skills. Now we've reached the most important part of all, putting everything together into a daily routine. This is where you create your personal game plan for success. Ideally, you'd want to commit about 1 hour per day. But listen, what's truly crucial here is consistency. Doing 30 minutes every single day is so much better than trying to cram in 3 hours once a week. Just find a time that works for you and turn it into a habit. If you're a beginner, your routine should be super focused. Spend most of your time on that core course we talked about, then add in some daily pronunciation practice and build your vocabulary with that beginner Anki deck. Once you start feeling comfortable at the A2 level, you can add a beginner podcast to start training your ear. Now, at the intermediate stage, your focus is going to shift. You can probably drop the formal course and make listening to podcasts your main engine for learning new things. Keep up with your Anki deck for sure, but now's the time to start actively practicing your speaking. This is also the perfect time to start mixing in some regular reading and writing. And for you advanced learners, it's all about immersion and refinement. Forget courses. Your progress is going to come from consuming advanced stuff like podcasts and literature. You should be trying to speak English every single day and actively seeking out conversations. This is also when you start creating your own vocabulary flashcards and using writing as a tool to find and fix any of your remaining weak spots. And that really brings us to the end. You know, all of these tools and routines, they're just guides. What really truly matters is that you find a system that you enjoy and that works for you, and that you just stay consistent. This journey to fluency is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. So just keep learning, keep practicing, and I promise you will get there.